Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm Ellen Lewis from Crazy for You, and this is the Crazy for You podcast. I'm so excited to have you here tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I am thrilled tonight because I have my hands on the latest Kim Hargreaves pattern book. You guys know that I am a fanatic for stylish knitting patterns. I want knitting patterns that you can knit and wear and feel great in. Stuff that you would buy at the store if you could find it. Things that look beautiful and stylish, but also classic. So you're not too trendy. Things that are, current, but you're going to be comfortable and happy wearing for a really long time. So if you know me at all, you know that I love Kim Hargreaves, and I've loved her stuff for certainly as long as I've had the shop, probably about as long as I've been knitting. So almost 30 years. I have to check and see when she started designing, but somehow I found her, and I've always gravitated to her beautiful, elegant, sort of timeless, and yet modern designs. So I'm excited to share with you. This is the book. So this is Winter by Kim Hargreaves. And it, as always, features a variety of yarns. And she only designs with Rowan yarns, even though she's on her own and her own designer, under her own label and her own books and all of that. She designs exclusively with Rowan yarns. And I can see why. They're a beautiful collection. And especially this season, the fall-winter 2021, two beautiful new yarns came out from Rowan, and one of them she obviously just fell in love with because she features it heavily in this book, and that is the Rowan Marino Aria, which is, we've talked about it. It's just a beautiful, it's a bulky yarn. It doesn't feel bulky. It doesn't look bulky. It's soft. It's smooth, and it's very, very lightweight without being brushed. It's easy to get a lot of bulk in a yarn, but then you get kind of some fuzz. And Marino Aria is one of those yarns that's bulky, but also smooth. And it's also very elastic. It's a chainette construction, and we have talked about that in other episodes. So if you are not familiar with the chainette construction and what that means, go and look for the live that I did on chainette constructions, kind of explaining that. But anyway, it gives a yarn a couple different aspects. And one is it makes it very light. And two is that it makes it incredibly durable. So a chainette yarn is going to stand up to a little more rough handling than you might expect a yarn as bulky and soft as that. So, hey, good evening, Valerie. Nice to see you. Be a pleasure always. Gwen, I know you're a huge Kim Hargreaves fan. You wouldn't miss this, would you? Hi, Eveline. So nice to have you guys here. So thrilled that you're here. So I could open the book and show you every picture, but I think it would be a lot easier if I show you and we talk about the pictures on Ravelry. But I did want to just kind of show you the book generally. It's got a Marino Aria design on the cover. And it's just like, every picture is just nicer than the last. And it does kind of feel in the same way that Rowan magazines do. It feels a little bit like maybe not a fashion magazine, but definitely like a catalog, very high-end catalog. So the difference is that you can go in and you can knit, and you know that it will fit you because you can choose to make it whatever size you like. So that's a good thing. Hey, Terry, I know you are also a Kim Hargreaves fan, and you'll like some of the yarns that are in here tonight. I think you'll really like them. So let's start. I'm going to share my screen and we'll have a look. Okie doke. So this is the collection page. And it just shows all the patterns that are in the book. And this is always a great place to go and look and see, overall what's in there. And you can sort them, as you know, in Ravelry. You can sort them by how recent they are, how many projects there are. You can sort them alphabetically, how many favorites, and all that kind of stuff. So I have this sorted recently added, but Anyway, I just wanted you to see what's going on. So first one I wanted to talk about is Wintertide, which is a beautiful cardigan. And this is worked in the Marino Aria. I love this because it's a fisherman rib, which is like a brioche stitch. It gives you a lot of texture and a lot of elasticity. And I think it makes, sometimes with a garment, that is a bulky, you get a nice vertical element with the brioche, and it makes it fit really, really well. It's got set-in sleeves and a flattering V-neck, and it's at a gauge of 11 stitches over 4 inches. And like all of Kim Hargreaves' designs, this is worked in pieces from the bottom up and seamed. Hi, Peggy. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Okay, whoops. There you go. All right, so what is next? Chili. Okay, so chili is a pullover, and it's worked in Rowan big wool. So you know that this is kind of a bulky sweater, and it's very sort of self-consciously bulky, a big wool yarn with a big cable, a big wool sweater. Big wool is a big yarn, it's a super bulky. It's not just bulky, so it's half again as big as Merino Aria, but it's a wonderful fiber, beautiful to knit with. And oh my gosh, the satisfaction of knitting something in big wool, it just, boom, it knits up like that. But this is cute because it's got the double cables, and again, that flattering vertical element. But look at these little kind of baubles in there in between. I think those are really cute. You can see it's got drop shoulders, which are always nice in a bulky, bulky sweater. And she's paired it with this cute fringy little skirt. I probably would go with, like, I don't know, jeans. But those are fun. Works up super fast on a US 13 at a gauge of 10.5 stitches to 4 inches. All right, so the next one is down. And this, it looks very incongruous here. But let me tell you that in the book, it's shot in a color that goes with the remainder of the palette. So let me just show you that real quick. And you can see that this also came out in a book from, I don't know, several years ago called Misty. So sometimes if she has a particularly nice pattern, she will repeat it, which is okay because, you get so much. But here, let me bring this up and show you. Hey, Joan. Whoops, where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. So here it is in the correct color for this palette. I think that's really beautiful. And doesn't it make such a difference? Look and see, what I just showed you versus in this bright yellow. These are some of the others who have made it. But it's very cleverly designed in that you've got alternating bands of kid silkays with 2 strands, and then with this lovely little lace pattern. So it's a single color, but still a great effect. I like that a lot. It's close fitting. I did a little spreadsheet with all of the sizes that it's intended to fit and all of the actual garment sizes to see how much ease was in each one. And this is a garment that has 0 ease, which means it's intended to fit fairly close to your body, which it does. So I think that's pretty. That's nice. It doesn't take a lot of yarn either. The smallest size, which is to fit a 32-inch bust, takes 5 skeins of kid silkays. And the largest, which is to fit a 43-inch bust, takes 8. And I believe it would be pretty easy to adjust that as well. And it has a raglan sleeve line. I'm not a huge fan generally of raglans unless they have a wide neck, which this does. So I think that works really gracefully. What do you think? Anybody like that one? Hey, Monica, nice to have you. Okay, so what is next? Frost. Okay, Frost. Whoops, where's Frost? Hello, did I miss you? We'll go here. Okay, so this is Frost, and Frost again is worked in Kid Silk's, but it's worked with 2 strands held together throughout. And there are 2 options for this particular garment. As you can see, this one is a gradient. I always call this the Jilly Jammy color. I don't know why. There was a Jell-O dessert when I was a little kid. Jell-O, like 3-layer. They may still have it. Anyway, these gradients always reminded me of that Jell-O dessert. Tell me if you remember that. I can't possibly be the only one. Anyway, so this is 2 colors, but you've got 3 shades, because at the very bottom, you're carrying 2 strands of the same color. And then in the middle, you're carrying a strand of each. And then at the top, you're carrying 2 strands of the lightest color. So I think that's really effective and very pretty. 2 strands of Kid Silk's make it warm, but also lightweight. And it also has 2 sleeve lengths. So this is the 3/4 sleeve. And let me show you the cream colored one. See the raglan line? You can see that raglan line there in the cream. So here it is in the single color, which I think is really, really pretty and elegant. Of course, it's white, my favorite color, my favorite non-color. But I think that's beautiful. And this is intended to have about 8 inches of ease. So it's a largish sweater, and it's not meant to fit close to your body. So there's that. And the next one I wanted to show you was, where is it? Did I miss it? Nippy. Okay. So this is Nippy. And this is a gorgeous cardigan with these big, graceful cables. This is worked in 2 strands of Alpaca Classic. Those of you who are doing the V-neck knit along have worked with Alpaca Classic held double, and it's very, very nice. The fabric is really lovely. I am making mine in 2 strands of Alpaca Classic, and this particular color is called Soft Satin, and it's just so elegant. It's a beautiful color, and I think the whole effect is just soft and delicate, really lovely. Dropped shoulder, wide-ish sleeves. You will notice that that's kind of a thing in most of these garments, because the sleeve, that classically tapered sleeve, is a little bit kind of trending out. You know, not that they aren't still there, but the trend, if you saw the fashion report that we did earlier this year with Trish Malcolm, talked about the sleeve interest. So check the sleeves on these. You'll see that they're all a little bit bigger. And yes, Gwen, I am all about that cream one too, huh? Maybe that's our next knit along, huh? Okay, so that's Nippy. The next one is Polar. And this is the cover design. So obviously this is the one that Kim liked the best because she put it on the cover. What? Okay, so this is worked in Marino Aria. Interesting to knit and fun to wear. You see lots of stitch patterns, but she's managed to make it, you know, not look crazy with all the different stitch patterns. You know, it looks cohesive. And I think that's because she's repeated this little, this mini bobble element here. I think it looks just beautiful. It's intended to have 11 to 12 or so inches of ease, which it does, but it is still a set-in sleeve. And I love that great big collar. So I was saying about notice again, she's repeating this sort of little effect here. I don't know if you can see the tutu rib and then the little bit of garter. This is a kind of a stylistic element that Kim uses, and I think it's just so pretty in the way that it kind of offsets the ribbing from the stockinette faced fabric with that little bit of a garter ridge or reverse stockinette. I think it looks really pretty. She's done it up here at the neckline too. And I think we talked about this in her last book that I reviewed, Hope, if you remember that. But I have that. You can see that again if you're interested in looking through that. So this again is Marino Aria in the biscuit color. And I think it's just lovely. Do you guys like it? All right. Risa likes it. What does Risa say? Yes. Isn't it pretty? That Marino Aria is just lovely. It's a joy to work with. It is just a joy to work with. Who has knit with it? I know you have, Risa. Anybody else knit with that yet? Love that yarn. It's just lovely. Okay. All right. Now, Icy, I think, is so sexy, you guys. So this is cropped. So the Icy is basically a two-piece set. It's a twin set, if you will, not your classic, not your mom's malt shop twin set either. This is a cute little cropped cardigan in this dainty little kind of all over bauble look that she's got going on in this book. And then check it out. The inside is a little tube top. So, whoa. I think that's cute. I didn't say I was going to knit it, but I think it's really, really cute. And for somebody way younger than me, B, I'm looking at you. Maybe you could knit this. So this is cute. And you just want to point this out too. I'm glad you like that I point out the details, B, because I'm all about the details. Mostly when you are knitting a cardigan, the worst part about knitting a cardigan is picking up for that button band and making that right. But check out this. And this is something that she has done many, many times. And again, we've talked about it before, is that this button band is worked right alongside the fabric itself. So rather than it being an actual rib, these are alternating, it's called welting. So these are alternating bits of reverse stockinette and stockinette, which gives you the effect of rib, but it doesn't have to be worked separately. Do you know why ribbing as a button band has to be worked separately from the garment? You can't work a strip of ribbing along with your stockinette. I'm going to tell you this. Hang on. So you can't work a strip of ribbing along at the same time as your stockinette. If you've tried it, you're going to find that it looks really bad and the front of your cardigan is going to droop. And that's because ribbing and stockinette have very different row gauges. So the ribbing section is longer than the stockinette. So the button band kind of curves out and it's most unfortunate. But you don't have that with this really great ribbing, non-ribbing, the welting, I guess. So anyway, isn't that cute? Who would make this? Tell me if you would make this. Maybe Terry would make this. Would you make this, Terry? I want to make it, but I know I'm too old, so whatever. What is next? Okay. Anyway, I wanted to tell you real quick that the cardigan has 11 to 12 inches of ease. So that's just a thing to know. The tube top has negative ease, as you might imagine. Yeah. All right. Snowfall. Yes. Isn't this pretty and ladylike? This to me is so very, very Kim Hargreaves. If you've seen her books before, it looks very much like that. Wash hands. Valerie, what are you saying? Wash hands. Tell me what you mean. Wash hands. I'm not sure I follow you, darling. You have to tell us what you mean. Anyway, so this is Snowfall, and this is just a really cute cropped. Notice that a lot of things are cropped. This is in response to the fact that pants waistlines are going up. Yay, isn't that a good thing? So the sweaters that you would used to be with the waistline of the pants down around your hips, a sweater like this would definitely be a belly shirt. But now with the pants coming up to your waist and higher, you could wear a sweater like this and not expose your tummy. Of course, if you wanted to expose your tummy, you could do that too. I don't judge. This is worked in alpaca classic, single strand. It is a beautiful, beautiful garment. I think this is one of those garments that just makes you feel pretty. Don't you think? B, you're a doll, baby. I love you. All right. So while we are going, the next one, okay, speaking of stuff that we're probably too old to wear, but I would make this top. I think this is really cute. This is called Whiteout. This, again, is worked in the Merino Aria. She has that same detailing between the ribbing and the stockinette, which I think looks just really clean and really crisp. This is a big rib. This is like a 4-1. Let me look real quick and see if that isn't a 4-1. Just want to double check against the book. Where are you, my darling? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I can't see it. I don't want to waste time looking for it, but it's definitely not a 2-1. It might be a 5-1. It might be a 3-1. It might be a 4-1, but it gives you the look of ribbing without it pulling in too terribly much. And I think it's just so smart. And I love the way the cuff, I love everything about this. I'd probably make it 2 inches longer. Just saying. Okay. And here's what you're going to love about this is it has a matching skirt. Yes. Oh, clapping hands. All right. I got you, Valerie. Thank you, darling. Which one do you love? What's your favorite? I know you're a Rowan girl from way back. Let's see. Yes, your daughter would love this, Monica. And she's a ballerina, so she definitely has the body for it. So isn't this cute? I love this like little 2-piece set. If you saw, as I said, if you saw the thing I did when Trish Malcolm was on and she talked about the trends for the fall, the whole kind of all over knitwear, and we had the pants and everything. A knitted skirt, I think, is maybe just a little less out there. And a knitted skirt is great. And it's supposed to have some negative ease. So if you're interested in this, you would want to pick something that was, let's see, 3 inches smaller than your hip. So both the skirt, which is called Snow, and the sweater, which is called Whiteout, are worked in the beautiful Merino Aria. And they're the perfect yarn for it because, again, as I said, it's stretchy and smooth but lightweight. And, you know, a skirt is going to take a certain amount of wear. So it's kind of important to have something that's going to wear pretty well. Ooh, B loves this skirt. Would you make the skirt, B? I think if you make the skirt, you would have to make the sweater. What do you think? Could you rock the sweater without the skirt? The skirt without the sweater? I don't know. Yes, it is stylish, isn't it, Valerie? I think all her stuff is so good. Okay, what do we got next? Snowstorm. Yes? Yes. Okay. Love this. Again, it's my favorite knot color. This is similar in shape and sort of styling to Whiteout, but it's got a different feel. So this is, again, modern straight sleeves. The fabric on this is gorgeous. So this is one strand of Kid Classic, which is a beautiful, luxurious mohair, and then a strand of Kid Silk Haze, which just sort of ups that fuzzy factor. I love Kid Silk Haze. Put it with anything, okay? It's just beautiful. Whatever it touches, it makes it gorgeous. Again, this sort of wide asymmetric ribbing set in sleeves, which are always classically flattering. Wide cuff. See that cuff? I love it. And here there is no break, you know, so the that ribbing flows right into the soft fabric, which I think gives it a softer look. Whereas when she puts the reverse stockinette in on the Merino Aria, it gives it a crisper look. So I'm not a designer and I don't know why she does this stuff. That's just my take on it. I think that's beautiful. Just beautiful. Probably the single most perfect thing in the book. I wouldn't want to have a favorite, but that would be my favorite if I had to pick a favorite. What do you think? Okay, next one is Frozen. Okay, again, Marino, Aria. This is a great layering piece. So this is the kind of thing that you would want to make if you were not sure that you were going to finish it before the season is out, because this is something that you could absolutely wear 3 seasons. So you could make this in the gorgeous shrimp, which is a beautiful soft pink color. And you could rock this through the entirety of like May over. I have a little blouse with a fluttery sleeves. I think it would look great over that with, anything, just layer it. And then in the fall, again, you can just put it over a turtleneck, put it over a tank or, whatever. Do you guys like vests? Tell me if you like vests. Hi, Joan. Thanks for joining us. This is worked in a brioche, fisherman's rib, brioche. They're basically the same thing. There's 2 ways to work brioche. Ginny will tell you all about it. One is the easy way and one is the hard way. And they're both pretty similar if you're doing straight brioche. But anyway, do you like this? I like this one. Let's look at the other pictures. So I see that she's styling it over nothing at all, which is, you can do that if you want, if you like it. Cool. But wouldn't this be great? It's long enough to wear over leggings. Again, yeah, 3 seasons you can get out of this. Is there any more pictures? Nope, that's it. Okay. Next is Mist. And so Kim doesn't do a lot of accessories in her books. She feels like, I don't know how she feels. I'm assuming that she feels like her books are pricey and she wants to give you full value. So you're getting a lot of sweaters, but she does come out every now and then with a book of accessories, which is kind of nice. But she did throw this one in 2 colors. And this is a brioche style fisherman rib hat with same fabric as the Snowstorm, which is the Kid Classic plus Kid Silk. So you can see that sort of aura around it. It makes it almost look like Angora, but it's beautiful. And she shows it in this. This is anthracite and let's see. I can't remember, but it's a dark color of the Kid Silks, and the anthracite is the color, a dark gray of the Kid Silks. You like it? Good, good. I like it. Arlene. Hi, Arlene. Nice to see you. Okay, so let's look at it in the white. Isn't that cute? So she's wearing it with the sweater that is made of the same fabric. I would be willing to bet that Kim finished that sweater and had some left over and just decided to make the hat in it. So let's look. I think she's got it reversible. Huh. Can you tell? Maybe. It's hard to tell. But you definitely can see the stitch work more in the white, which is always something to remember. If you've got fancy stitch work and you really want to see it, don't do it in black because you're not going to see it. Okay, what else we got? All right, this is the last one. And this is worked in one of the most beautiful smooth DK weight yarns ever, Alpaca Soft DK. This is a lovely, lovely yarn. I have not decided how I feel about this sweater. Alberta, you like the soft on that hat and that sweater? I love that too. I think that's just so incredibly soft. Okay, tell me what you think about Flake. I want to hear. This is worked, like I said, in Alpaca Soft DK. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. And it's got all of these kind of classic Aran sweater patterns in it, but it's a very close fitting. So set in sleeves and probably some waist shaping, I think. Let me have a quick look at the pattern book. In here. Yeah, so it's got waist shaping and set-in sleeves and almost no ease. So very close fitting. I think a lot of people are going to love this. Risa, you could wear this. This is cute. So the thing about this kind of cable pattern is none of the cables by itself is particularly challenging. What's challenging is that you've got all of these cable patterns happening in the same row, and the cables twist at different rates. Some will twist every 4 rows, some will twist every 2 rows, some will do something every 8 rows. These other patterns in here, these diamond patterns, are going to change every other row. I don't know. This is probably my least favorite. I still love you, darling, but it's my least favorite one in the book. So I would love to hear what everybody thinks. Did you have a favorite? Is there one you think you would like to make? I do have the book online and available, and I'm in the process of getting these online as kits. If there is any that you are interested in, the yarn is up there if you want to just order it yourself. If you're interested, let me know and I can tell you how much each one takes and how much ease. So for the most part, the garments in this book have a decent amount of ease, which means they're meant to fit kind of away from your body. Okay, do you know what I'm saying with ease? So ease is how much bigger than your body the garment is. So like Wintertide has 8 inches, 10 inches, 6 inches, 16 inches, 9 inches, 4 inches, 19 inches, 12 inches. The only ones that don't have a lot of ease are this one and the one that I mentioned down. So this one doesn't have a lot of ease. Whoops, you can't see that, can you? This one doesn't have a lot of ease. So anyway, I love her stuff. I love this book. I think if there are 3 patterns in there that you like, it's definitely worth getting. Like I said, it's on the website. You can order it and drool over it and plan your knitting for the coming season. So it might take you a bit to get some of these done, but anything that you do in the big wool, did I even talk about the big wool? I guess I did. Yeah. If anything that you do in the big wool or the Merino Aria is just going to knit up like that. So that's a really, really fun thing to know. So anyway, that's what I have for you tonight. And I hope you love this book. And I hope that you at least try the Merino Aria in something. I think you're really going to enjoy that beautiful yarn. And it comes in the same colors as a soft boucle, which is so cool, I think. Anyway, thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, keep knitting and create something beautiful. I'll see you next week.